All right, guys, so welcome to this live stream. This live stream will be dedicated for Google Stadia. We'll talk about Google Stadia and my initial experience so far. This is not going to be a video of me knocking on Google Stadia. I already said what I needed to say about Google Stadia and how I feel about it. This video is going to be in this live stream, this live stream, it's mainly going to be about answering the questions you might have regarding the Google Stadia. How does it work? What controller can you use? How is the latency being connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot versus you being connected to your home Wi-Fi, high-speed internet, and also the questions regarding on where do I think it goes from here, or if it's even possible to save this service. So far they have about 270,000 signups, which is about 250,000 in 7 days, which is I guess a decent number, but you would expect more, obviously. So I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna try to answer any questions you guys might have. How does it work? Now please do keep in mind I'm on a Chrome browser. I'm not using a Google Stadia controller or Chromecast Ultra because I'm still waiting for the package to arrive on Black Friday. And sometime on Black Friday, whenever I get this device, I will show you how to set it up. We'll do tests on the television to see if it handles the 4K and HDR. Other people are claiming that it doesn't handles the 4K and HDR. That's their claims. I'm gonna test it out for myself and let you guys know whether or not it handles the 4K and HDR, and what type of latency and how does it all work together with Chromecast Ultra. Does it overheats immediately? Stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to do that on Friday. That'll be on Friday. But for right now, this is basically a Chromecast browser. It's right now I'm on the F11 full screen. You just exit out. There it is. You basically, this is how it works. You can type in this address, stadiagoogle.com home, and expect to have, Stadia show up. This is reserved. This is a reserved spot for me. That's why the code was given to every and each individual. So that way, every and each individual will have their reserved spot to be able to access Google Stadia. And the whole thing works from your phone. Okay, you gotta have either Android phone, the latest Android phones like Samsung, Note 9, Note 10, S9, S8. You can use the Android phones to download the app, and from the app you can register with the account. But you gotta make sure that you use only one account that you want to use from the Google. Don't use some other second or third accounts that you have. Use the one that you think you will be always connected with, because you can change it. You have to wait another year to change it again. So you have to be very careful when you decide to choose which account to tie in your Google Stadia code. So be very careful on which account you choose, because you only have one choice, and once you make that choice, that's it. So you have to be very careful about where you use that code. Okay. So that's the one thing you have to be very wary about. You have to make sure that you know where your Google Stadia is going to be connected with, which account. I'm using the one that I'm connected to my YouTube channel, so that way it's all put into one pot, into one space. So this is this is what you get once you activate it through your phone, through the Google Stadia app. You can switch between connecting to your Chrome browser, because everything is already connected with your account. You can just click and switch. I want to go to the Chrome browser, and then you go type in Google stadiagoogle.com, and it automatically takes you to where you are. Same thing goes with Chromecast Ultra. You go on your app on your phone and you click, I want to be connected to a Chromecast Ultra. You click on it and it automatically goes into that account, because this account that's linked up to Google Stadia, it's linked up to both your browser and your Chromecast Ultra. So you can switch between all those different methods on how you want to play. But you gotta use your phone. You gotta use the Google Stadia app to do that. Okay, you cannot just go simply back and forth, back and forth. You gotta use the Google Stadia app to do that. How you doing? Yeah, it is true, Lopez. The one problem, the one issue that I see with Google Stadia is the fact that they're asking you to go through too much hoops, to jump through so much hoops in order for something to play that it's as simple as you just connecting to an internet. This should be a much easier method for you to access it. But I think to respect to Phil Harrison, I think what he was trying to do, he was trying to protect players from initial hackers. Hackers can easily tear apart this page, and they can go underneath to see which address is connected to. So they're trying, I guess, to avoid any hacking that it might happen from China, Russia, or other countries. So I think I understand why they're doing it like this. But at the same time, I'm also like, well, couldn't you figure out a better way to do this instead of just making people jump through all the hoops? But I think they're doing it for the security reasons, But there was other ways for them to do this. This is really not the most convenient way to do it, in my opinion. How you doing, Yasin? How are you? My internet speed, it's 1 gigabit. It's a 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down. I'm paying like $300 a month. It's pretty expensive. That's how I'm able to do all these 4K live streams. Even this live stream, it's in 1440p. And the reason I'm doing 1440p is because that's what YouTube allows me to do now. YouTube does not allow 4K streaming anymore. They stopped doing that. They only allow 1440p. 1980, it works. Here's the thing. It works when it works. And here's my Xbox controller right here. It's connected to my PC. You also have the ability to record. You can record the clips. You can take the screenshots. If you use the Google Stadia controller, which is a Wi-Fi controller, you can do that through a Google Stadia controller. You just click on the button that's highlighted on the Google Stadia controller, and then you can take the screenshot, or you can record the gameplay. But you can also use the NVIDIA Shadow Play. You can use Windows Capture. I mean, there's so many different methods you can record the gameplay. So this is not like something that it's a big deal. But it's there. It's available. Now on this side over here, this is where your account is. This is my account right here. This is me. This is my Gmail right here. Stadia Upscaler. You guys can message me on that Gmail. You can go ahead and send me a message. If you want to ask me some questions, that's fine. You can go ahead and send me a message there. This is my Stadia Upscaler reserved name right here. This is the my friends when they're here. Right now, I only have two friends. Deadshot, which is also my subscriber, and then Johnny Live, which I have met playing a Destiny 2. You can do a party chat if you want to. And the one thing that I did like about Google Stadia yesterday was how easy it is to connect with people and how easy it is to talk to people, because you're always online. This is multiplayer. You are always online. You don't have to worry about, hey, can I talk to this person? Can I talk to that person? Anyone can hear you. Anyone can hear what you're saying. You can even start a private chat, party chat if you want some privacy. But it's very easy to communicate with people That's the one thing that I did like. It's very easy to get to talk to people and socialize with people immediately. The problem is there's not that many people. Okay, I'll be honest. It's not that many people playing Destiny 2. I only maybe bump into a handful of, you know, Destiny 2 players. So that's the one negative right now. But it's very easy to meet people, to jump into, you know, conversation. I have done that yesterday. The problem is, here's the thing. The problem that I have encountered is when you are not at home, when you are, let's say, going to a hotel, and let's say a hotel doesn't have like the best possible Wi-Fi, and they only have like maybe 38 to 48 megabits per second, right? With 38 to 48 megabits Mbps, megabits per second, you can still play. And I've done a video on it. You can still play, but every 15 to 20 seconds, there's a little bit of a delay. It lags. Like every 15 to 20 seconds, you got a little bit of a lag. If you can handle that, if you are okay with that, every 15 to 20 seconds, you get a little bit of that little bit of a lag, then I guess it's okay. But I would recommend, if you do go somewhere outside, you know, your home, away from your home, I would suggest that you do a couple of things. First and foremost, go to your settings on your browser, click on your Stadia settings, okay, and make sure, hold on, where's the notification, data usage quality? Click on the data usage and quality. My bad, I apologize. You have to go to your Google Stadia app. Go to your Google Stadia app, and on your Google Stadia app, select balanced performance and quality. Don't go to the best quality. I would suggest that you go to your Stadia app and select balanced performance and quality. When you select balanced performance and quality, then they're not going to use too much of that quality, but it's going to be a more enjoyable, less lag experience when you are away from the home. Okay? I did the same thing with the Xbox Cloud. I did pretty much the same thing with the Xbox Cloud. Okay? Because you don't know what the hotel room, what type of speed they have and what they're giving you. So, depending where you are. But you got to do everything from your app. You know, if you want to adjust your subscription, if you want to adjust your settings, you got to go to the app. You have to go to your Google Stadia app, basically, for everything. So let's go back here. Let's go back to the Google Stadia home. There it is. Yes, D-Mans. How you doing, Daniel? Why you have to use the app to change your quality settings? I know. Believe me. I really am not a fan of them, you know, forcing you to use the app. I think maybe because of some security reasons, maybe they really. I think the whole idea. This is what I'm getting from, is I think the whole idea for Google was to protect the players from potential hackers. And we all know we live in a world today where there's tons of hackers online. China, Indonesia, India, Russia, Latin America, even here domestically and in Europe, there's a lot of hackers out there, and they're always looking to dive into a new infrastructure or a new service. And of course, Google is their biggest target. So Google, Facebook, Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, these hackers are always trying to jump into whatever's the biggest thing there. They want to jump into it and they want to hack. So I think they're taking a precaution to protect the players from potential threats of being hacked. Okay, so the last thing you want, someone hacking into your account and taking all your information, your credit card number, and all that other stuff. So I think they're trying to protect the players, and that's why they're doing this, because this is a service that it's always online and it's on a server. So that's a huge potential threats that you can get from outside hackers from different parts of the world. So I think Google is trying to establish that first to protect the players, And I think that's probably why they're doing it through the app that has to go through the server, where they can monitor it. They can monitor who you are on the app, and they can see exactly who is adjusting the settings, so that way they can avoid any potential threats. That's my take on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I personally think is going on. Hey, what's up, Superman? How you doing? Jeremy, I mean, I totally understand. One of the biggest issues, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. When this thing works, it works. And I'm going to start the game right now. Yes, I'm using the Xbox controller. Here's the thing. When it works, it works. But the problem is, if you are at home, why would you bother playing through Stadia when I can just use my computer and play directly from my graphics card that's super powerful? Well, not super powerful, but definitely powerful, okay? I have a powerful PC. I can connect my console to a TV and play from a console. So if you are at home, like, why would you bother with this? Why would you bother with this if you are at home? Now, to respect to Phil Harrison, Phil will tell you, well, maybe you don't have a powerful PC. Maybe you don't have a console. I mean, I can counter that, Phil, because a lot of people have consoles. They can buy a console on Black Friday for like $200 or $250. People can afford a console, all right? So people will play a console instead of this. And they're not going to pay $150 for high-speed internet so that they can play games that sits on the cloud. So, you know, his argument, it's really, it's difficult to defend his argument, you know. And I'm not trying to hate on Phil. He has done some good things with the Xbox and PlayStation, but this is just done in a really poor execution. This was really executed poorly, this whole service. And that's why I'm calling it a mess. So, yes, I have 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down, and I click on it right now. It's going to start immediately, like Netflix, like Disney Plus, like Amazon Prime. It's going to start right away. But that's because I'm at home and I'm paying for a very high-end internet. 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down, no data cap, and I'm paying arm and leg for that thing. So yes, my experience is going to be obviously much, much better than majority of people out there. But how many people are going to pay for a super high-end internet speed? That's my question, you know. It's really intended for a different kind of people out there, you know. And that's true, Jeremy. When you think about it, whom are they aiming this at? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I've been really thinking about this. I've been pondering and pondering. If I could sit down with Phil Harrison, and I know he's a good friend with Phil Spencer, if I could sit down with both of them, I would ask Phil Harrison, why aren't you doing what your friend Phil Spencer is doing? Look what Phil Spencer is doing. He's not forcing people to buy any expensive equipment. He's letting us try 50 games for free. And why haven't you done that too? You could have easily established a subscription service with 3 months free, $5 a month, and put like hundreds of games in there. And I think you would have a much better approach on this whole service than what you have right now. Right now, you're forcing people to pay $140 and $10 for the subscription, which is $150. And what is the value that they're getting here? Honestly, for $150, you can buy a Nintendo Switch, I guess, on a Black Friday. You can buy a Nintendo 3D XL, much better. You know, it has cartridges. You put them in there. You can buy Apple TV, 4K streaming device. There's a lot of different things you can do with $150, okay? Have I encountered any input lag? Yes, I did. especially when I'm not connected to a very high-speed internet connection. If I'm connected to 38 megabits per second or 48 megabits per second, every 50 to 20 seconds there is lag. You notice a lag immediately, and that's a big issue for a game like Destiny 2, right? If you are playing Destiny 2, that's the big issue here. Hold on, let me just make myself a little bit smaller here, because you guys won't be able to see it. So let me just push myself over here, like this. I'm sorry about that. All right, so sorry, I had to do it so you guys can see. Hold on. There we go. I mean, look, it works when it works, but are you going to pay $150 a month for some high-speed internet just so you can play this game, or one or two? You're going to pay $140 on top of... hold on. Are you going to pay $150 on top of a additional $150 for the, let's say, 750 megabits per second internet speed, or let's say 550 megabits per second internet speed? Are you going to pay that kind of cash? I don't know. I don't think so. The problem that I'm seeing here, I'm not saying that they don't have technology to render something at the higher resolution. I'm simply saying to Phil Harrison, sir, the internet infrastructure, it's not there yet in the United States for every Joe, for every Mary out there, every regular Joe and regular Mary to jump into it and start playing. And I think we have proven that our infrastructure of internet, it's not there yet. I mean, it's almost 2020. You think by now we would be rocking, we would have 1 gigabit as a standard, right? You would think that we would have 1 gigabit internet speed as a standard in every area for like $70 a month, but that's not the case. That's not the case. The greedy internet service providers are putting these data caps, and they're charging you the additional fees on top of the hidden fees. So whom are you actually talking about when you say that this is the future of gaming? For whom? We're not living in a world where we have a stable internet. And I proven that point yesterday when I went to a hotel room. I mean, and I wasn't even connected to a hotel Wi-Fi. I was connected to my Wi-Fi hotspot, which is 38 and 48, and you were claiming with 38 megabits to 40 megabits per second, you can do 4K HDR. I couldn't even do 1080p on my laptop with 38 to 40 megabits per second without having a lag. Every 15 to 20 seconds there was a lag. Hey, what's up, Steven? How you doing, Daniel? How you doing, Jamie? My T-Flight. Why? Would you want to see it? Hottest? But it's right here, man. Why you want to see it? I don't know. But this is a Thrustmaster. This is a Thrustmaster that I have. I don't know why you want to see it, but there it is. I don't know why you want to see it. There it is, man. I don't know. What's the big deal? There it is. Nothing too fancy about it, man. There you go. But anywho, let's continue. Well, the problem is they were being dishonest, and I think that's the issue. Even to this day, there's still. Let's start playing. Even to this day, they're still defending what they obviously know was a lie. I mean, there was a Phil Harrison said, yes, every game will run in native 4K and HDR at 60 FPS. And others are claiming that's not true. It doesn't hit native 4K, doesn't hit HDR. I think Digital Foundry tested it. It was like 1440p. upscale to 4K, so you're not getting a native 4K. Okay. Now 1440p is good. It's gonna look good on your TV, upscale to 4K. It's kind of like a PlayStation 4 Pro checkerboard, but aren't we supposed to be getting something better than PlayStation 4 Pro? Are we supposed to be getting something better than PlayStation 5? Or isn't this supposed to be something that's going to trump every and each device out there that exists, including your PC, because you guys have the most powerful servers in the world? Aren't you supposed to be delivering on that, Phil Harrison? Aren't you supposed to be giving us that? But I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that here. Okay, I'm not seeing it. All right, let's do the moon. Let's go to the moon. There's, I don't know if you guys can see my controller. I'm using the Xbox One controller. There is no latency here now because I am connected to obviously very high-end internet. All right. Let's go here. This is the multiplayer. Let's launch. Let's see how quickly we'll get. Oh wait, I don't have enough power. I cannot go there. Hold on. Here we go. Let me go to the map. Destinations. Here we go. Let me launch. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when it works, it works. But the problem is, I should be able to utilize 4K and HDR with my 1 gigabit internet speed. I should be able to do that. And right now, you're not being able to do that. And my question to Google is, if you are claiming that you have these powerful servers, then why is it that you can't keep a constant bit rate? This bit rate, it's still not where it needs to be. This needs to be sharper, okay? The bit rate needs to be sharper. If you have the most powerful servers in the world, then you shouldn't have a problem scaling this and sending the information with a much higher H.265 bitrate, so that way we can have that sharp image. The biggest problem that I see, Steven, is they were dishonest. If they were not dishonest, if they were telling people the truth, I think it would be less of a backlash. But the problem is they lied to Google Stadia. Anyone who pre-ordered the Google Stadia, anyone who picked up a Founders Edition, they lied to them. They told them, yes, you will be able to play every and each game in native 4K and HDR, but it turns out that's not the case. They lied about Chromecast Ultra not overheating. They said we tested it, it doesn't overheat, even though there's like about, I don't know, 20, 30 people who actually purchased Founders Edition, and they said that the Chromecast Ultra is overheating. And they automatically denied the fact that it's overheating. Instead of saying, thank you, we appreciate you giving us the input, we'll look into it, thank you, or something like, or sorry for the inconvenience, some kind of reimbursement or something to acknowledge that they're having. Here's the issue. The Google doesn't even want to acknowledge that they're having issues. They're turning a blind eye on the whole launch of Google Stadia. It's almost they're so desperate that they want to win that they're going to do anything they have to, even if it means lying. They're going to go that far just to get this whole service going. And I think that's a terrible approach. That's a terrible strategy to make something successful. And I'm really shocked that this is coming from a guy, Phil Harrison, who introduced PlayStation 3, who introduced Xbox and other consoles in the past. And then his friend, Phil Spencer, whom he really knows well, it's a shame that he's thinking this way. I know he's new at Google. He's been there for like 2 years. But to see him take this approach and... I know if he's watching this, obviously he's not going to like this, but I'm at the same time, I'm trying to save your project by letting you know, sir, you still have opportunity. You still have opportunity, sir, to turn things around. But it starts by admitting and apologizing to your backers and who bought and pre-ordered this Founders Edition. It starts by acknowledging the mistakes, writing a letter of apology to everybody, and then reimbursing, giving some sort of reimbursements, you know, a $50 gift card, $70 gift card, 22 games free, something. First, it starts by acknowledging what a disaster it was in the beginning of a launch 7 days ago, 8 days ago, and then trying to help your customers, trying to give them something to move forward. Because if you don't give them anything, sir, if you don't give the backers of Google Stadia who started to back you up and purchase and pre-order these Founders Editions, if you don't look after them, they will quit. They will not have this service. They're going to move out. And I think this is where it needs to start. It needs to start by you first acknowledging terrible launch of this service, and then acknowledging the mistakes and that we should have been more honest. It takes a courage to do that, but is Google going to do that? Is Phil Harrison going to do that? We'll have to wait and see. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be apologetic. I don't remember Google ever being apologetic about anything. And I sure as hell, I don't think they're going to be apologetic about this either. This is just me being honest and straight up with you. So whoever's watching this video, this is not me mocking Google. Obviously, you see me playing it. I have it. I paid for it. This is me trying to give some good advice. Okay? From a business perspective. Project X Cloud has about 50 games. 50 games, and they're all included. They're free. You don't have to pay for them, and no one's forcing you to pay any subscription. No one's forcing you to buy any games. It's all included. Google Stadia, they only give you 2 games. For $10 a month, you're only giving us 2 games free. This one, and Samurai Showdown. Samurai Showdown, which is right over here. Let's go exit it out. Let's go back over here. This is a Samurai Showdown. So only 2 games. You're only getting 2 games, and 2 games included. Part of the $10 a month package. For extra $3, you could have Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. Disney bundle. But you charging people $10 a month and only giving them 2 games, and then you're making them pay $140 on top of $10, which is $150, and then on top of all of that, you are still making them pay for games. Full price, $63, collector's editions, $100, collector's editions, deluxe editions, $79. You are still charging people for the games. and you only have 22 games and they're like mediocre. Okay, you got the grid, fine. Then you got Red Dead Redemption 2, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is not going to look that great on this streaming service. And people have to pay $63 for it. Or if they want the Ultimate Edition, they have to pay $100 for it. So I'm trying to wrap my head around this this bizarre strategy that you guys have put into it. And again, I'm not trying to mock or shit on Google and Stadia. I'm just trying to understand from a logical business points of view how in hell when you guys were sitting around the table and when you were thinking about this, whose brightest idea was to make this a plan? And whose brightest idea was to think that this is going to be something that people will enjoy? This is a ripoff. You're ripping people off. I'm sorry, but you're not helping them. You're ripping them off. Okay? And then when they spend $300, $400 on these games, and you shut down the service if it doesn't work out because it costs you a lot of money to keep these servers running, if you decide to do the same thing that Steve Perlman did with the OnLive service in 2011, if you do the same thing and shut down the service, are you going to give people their money back on all the games that they purchased? Are you going to do that? That's the question I'm asking. You know, because the IGN and Ryan will not ask you that question because you guys are, you know, partners, two companies helping each other. I, as an independent, I'm asking that question. Whoever employee from Google is watching this, I'm asking that honest question. Okay, and this is coming from a guy who is not sponsored, who paid for his own everything. I paid for the Google Stadia. I paid for everything that I have, and I'm trying to speak for majority of people out there. For you guys, if you're watching this, tell me what value are we getting? I don't mind spending money. I'm not a cheap person, but I don't like getting robbed either. So you tell me, and this is honest, you guys tell me, employees from Google and Phil Harrison, you tell me, sir, what is the value? What is the value we're getting here? I agree. Sorry about that, Steve. I got carried away here. So, all right. So let's jump into Samurai Showdown. There's a Samurai Showdown. It's like a Street Fighter. It's not like Mortal Kombat. It's like a Street Fighter game with a samurai swords. It's okay. So these are the two games that you get. You get Destiny 2 and you get Samurai Showdown for $10 a month. For $10 a month. Really, two games. That's it. Oh, God. All right, fine. Let's click on it. Whatever. And don't forget, AdMaster87. Don't forget Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos wants to start the streaming service. Amazon wants to do it. And Gabe wants to do it from Steam Valve. So now you got Amazon, Steam Valve, Microsoft, Sony. That's a big competition there. And maybe those companies will force Phil Harrison and Google to think about, hey, maybe we need to go ahead and change our business, strategy here. What makes you think that, I'm going to start the game in a minute, but what makes you think that CD Projekt Red, all these big companies, even Kojima Production, what makes you think they're going to put their games onto this service? Developers will put their games onto a service that it's a great service. They're not going to put their games onto a service that it's having all kinds of negativity and negative backlash, they're not going to invest. What makes you think in the right mind that they're going to invest into a service like this? All right, let's move on, guys. Let's play. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to have a real talk. I'm not trying to be a mean person. I'm not trying to be a dick. You know, I'm just asking real questions from a consumer point of view who paid for this device, who paid for this service. I'm asking for I'm speaking on behalf of my subscribers. That's what this is, Google. I'm speaking on behalf of my subscribers, asking questions that you guys have yet failed to answer honestly. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Andre. What's up, Johnny? Johnny Live, how you guys doing? So please ask any questions you guys have about this. Any questions you have, ask me about this service, I'll answer it for you. So this is Showdown Samurai. As you can see, it works well, but that's because I'm rocking a very high-speed internet. 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down. And I'm also live streaming at the same time. Andre, that's true, but that's only if Google pays them. If Google gives them money that the others will not give them, then that's buying it off. That's even worse. Actually, Andre, that's even worse. If Google's going to use their power and money to buy these developers to put the games on here, that's even worse, in my opinion. That's like mob. You buying somebody off. You buying somebody off. That's like mob. You know, it's like mobsters. You like mafia. You're buying them off. That's even worse, in my opinion. Alright, so let's play this game a little bit. Let's get into the gaming aspect of this. Alright, let's do a story mode. And I mean, as you can see, you know, there's no lag. It's fine. Runs great when it runs. But guess what? I don't mean to repeat myself like a broken record, but this guy right here, it's live streaming in 1440p and also streaming from Google Stadia. But that's because a guy like this, it's paying a lot of money for no data cap and 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down internet speed. And how many people are going to be paying for that just for this? Not many going to do that. I have a luxury to do it, but not majority will have the luxury to do that, Google. Not everyone lives in a big houses. Not everyone drives a Tesla car. So I'm speaking from middle class point of view. People out there who work in 2-3 jobs, making ends meets. Okay, that's who am I talking about. Majority, which is the middle class. How does the Stadia hold up to xCloud in the current state? Here's the thing. xCloud works well when you are connected to a high-speed internet. xCloud doesn't work that well when you are connected outside your Wi-Fi home network, when you go to a Wi-Fi hotspot. So it's kind of the same. Honestly, both services are really same. To be honest with you, the only difference I did notice, and I gotta be honest about this, the one thing I did notice about xCloud, it takes about 10 seconds to load up. You know, you see that spaceship flying on your phone, right? You see it flying, and you see Xbox Cloud Preview, and you see a buffer. It's buffering. So loading time is a bit longer on the xCloud. Here it's very fast. You just click and you there. Like, there's no wait time. You know, if you have a good internet, there is no wait time. You just jump right into it. I can prove this to you right now. Here, let me show you. I exit the game. And I'll just go back and click on it, and boom, there it is. Good to go. So it's right there. All right, it starts right up. The xCloud, there's a bit of a buffering that happens for like 10, 15 seconds till it actually starts. This here, it starts right away. Andre says, I'm curious if you compare it to a PC, or let's say how much you have to spend to a PC to get the same graphics performance. You know what, Andre? What I'm doing right now with Zotac 2060 Super 8 gigabytes GDDR6 RAM, and with my i7 9th generation 9700K processor with 8 threads and 8 cores, guess what? I'm able to achieve some very outstanding graphics. You've seen me live stream the game called Shenmue 3, and you've seen how sharp Shenmue 3 is. You've seen me do Ghost Recon Breakpoint with my PC, so you've seen what I can do with the Ghost Recon Breakpoint and just how beautiful the quality is on the Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So the PC, honestly, it's a higher bit rate. It's a native. Here's the problem. The streaming service right now cannot catch up to what natively direct connected GPU will do on your monitor and on your TV. Currently, we cannot achieve that. I don't care what Phil Harrison says. Right now, we cannot achieve that bit rate. That native, super clean, sharp bit rate that you see directly from your PC onto your console, onto your TV and onto your monitor. You can't achieve that right now with this. This is blurry. There's a little bit of blurriness. It's not sharp. Okay? So it's important to keep that in mind. Phase Booster, right now there is no value. I'll be honest with you, Phase. You only get 2 games free, including this one with the Destiny 2. Everything else you have to pay. And if I'm paying for everything else, then what's the point of $10 a month? Come on. No, really, think about it. What's the value here? Like, what am I paying? What am I paying $10 a month? You know. Alright, let's do this here. I'll do it like this so you guys can see it. Hold on. Well, there you go, Headmaster. Listen, with the xCloud, you get 50 games and you're not paying for it. You can also stream from your console as well, if your internet can handle it. So with the xCloud, you're getting a far better deal, gazillion times far better deal, even better than PlayStation now. PlayStation now you got to pay $10 a month. Here with the xCloud, it's free. It's free, and you're getting 50 games. Hold on, here we go. Hold on. But you know what's really sad about this whole thing? That I can do this. I can actually live stream this service and also live stream with 1440p on the YouTube. But Google Stadia is having a difficult time giving us a native 4K and HDR. And I am able to do this. Little old me, nobody, it's able to do this and live stream to you from another streaming service in 1440p. But they can achieve a 4K HDR from what I have heard. Now, these are the claims that others are saying, that you can't do 4K HDR. I'll test it for you guys on Friday, Black Friday. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna do a bunch of videos on it, and I'll be honest with you, whether or not it can handle the 4K. I'll even direct capture the 4K footage from Chromecast Ultra via my capture card that I have. I have a capture card that can actually bypass anything and record anything. So I'm going to go ahead on Friday. I'm going to take a direct capture of, let's say, Red Dead Redemption 2 that's running in this supposedly 4K HDR streaming. And we'll see. We'll see how it looks. But so far, a lot of people said, I mean, these are like top YouTubers, like big YouTubers out there, who are actually saying you are not able to do 4K HDR. Why would they lie? I don't see any reason why would they lie. These are like a lot of big YouTubers out there, you know, and they said you can't achieve 4K HDR. And so what I'm going to do on Friday, I'm going to test to see if you can do that. How is this compared to the xCloud? Well, the xCloud has more games. It's 50 games. It takes a little bit of time till the buffers it up, like maybe 10 seconds. When you click on the game on the xCloud, it takes about maybe 10 seconds for the buffer to buffer it. It's not a big deal. I don't care about 10 seconds, you know. But the quality is good. I played Forza Horizon 4. Forza Horizon 4 looks super sharp on the phone, on my Note 10 Plus. xCloud, when it works really well. But even with the xCloud, you're going to need a pretty good internet, man. The problem with the xCloud is when I decided to go out and I went through like bunch of different hotspots, you know, Dunkin' and Donuts, Starbucks. I went through all these different hotspots, Wi-Fi hotspots. Guess what? I was still having a struggle. I was still getting bunch of lag when I was playing Forza Horizon 4. So it's still not there. But you got to remember, xCloud, it's in preview stages, and it is not a subscription service that you have to pay. It's in beta, open beta. So you can really, you know, you can criticize xCloud for that. They're still in testing stages, but I don't think it's ready. I'll be honest with you. I don't think xCloud is ready for prime time, because I had nothing but like latency issues with 38 to 48 megabits per second. A lot of latency issues, and that was my experience. They're both the same. Guys, I want to say something really quick. Listen, here's the deal. The cloud gaming. The whole idea of cloud gaming is for you to take the experience with you. It's not for you to stay home and play it. If I'm going to stay home and play my games, I'm going to play my games from my PC. I'm going to play my games from my console. The whole idea of cloud gaming, it's like Netflix and Amazon, to take the experience with you outside your home, away from your home, but it's not ready. I showed that yesterday. I proven that point yesterday. I was at a hotel. Guess what? I couldn't do it. Same thing with the xCloud last week when I tried to do it. I had latency issues with a Forza Horizon 4. With 38 to 48 megabits per second, I shouldn't have a problem running something that's on a phone. You know what I mean? So the internet infrastructure from the internet service providers, it varies. It never stays at the locked 48 megabits per second. It goes down to 12, to 10, to 19, to 40, and when you have different variations of the megabits up and down, then that's where the lag happens, and that's where you get disconnected, and that's where you lose communication with that remote server out there. And this is the issue that we have with the internet service providers. So maybe all of these streaming services, they need to sit down and talk to AT&T, talk to Verizon, talk to Cox, talk to T-Mobile, talk to Xfinity, Comcast, talk to these internet service providers, and see what they can do to fix this issue. To fix this issue of this variations of these hotspots. Because it's never a 48 stable megabit per second. It varies. It goes up and down, up and down. It goes to 12, 13, 10, 12, 13, 10, 28, 30, 40, 10, 12. It varies. And these variations that you have on these Wi-Fi hotspots, they will not keep a steady communication between you and the server. So it's not ready for prime time, in my opinion. Okay, so here I am. I'm at home. I have a kick-ass internet speed. But why would I want to play it on this when I got a powerful PC next to me? When I got a powerful console, Xbox One X next to me? When I got a PlayStation 4 Pro? When I got Nintendo Switch? When I got this? When I got that? Why would I even bother? You know what's a better deal? Apple Arcade. Apple Arcade, you download the games to your phone. And all you got to do is pay $5 a month. And with the Apple Arcade, don't have to be connected to the internet. You just need to download them. You can download those games before you leave somewhere, and you can play the hell out of these games. Apple Arcade gets it. It's funny that I'm defending the Apple. Isn't that funny? I'm defending the Apple. This is a guy who's not a huge fan of the Apple. But now I'm defending the Apple because Apple didn't take this streaming approach because they knew that streaming, it's not what's going to appease to a lot of people. Especially on their tablets, especially on their phones, on their mobile phones. So guess what? Apple Arcade for $5 a month is your best deal. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to play xCloud. I'm not going to play Stadia. Guess what I'm going to be playing? Apple Arcade. Yes, directly download it to my phone. So when it works, guys. It works. But again, remember, guys, you can't compare my experience to your experience because you're not gonna have this kind of internet speed that I have. Okay? And how many people are gonna go out of their way to spend $150 or $180 for a high-speed internet, like 1 gigabit or 800 megabit per second, right? Just so you can play Google Stadia, 2 games. I don't know, man. Look, man, I'm. It's really bizarre. To me, this whole experience of streaming, it's really bizarre. You know, and I don't understand. I really don't understand where did this whole thing came from. Okay, I really don't understand where did this whole thing come from. I'm really having a difficult time, like, trying to understand what made these companies think that we want this. Last I checked, I don't remember any gamer asking for a streaming service. I can't remember any hardcore gamer out there ever writing letters to Google or Microsoft or Sony, hey, we want to be able to stream on the cloud. No one ever asked for this. Guys, nobody ever asked for this. They just shoved it down our throat. They want us to get accustomed to it. But it's difficult to get accustomed to it when you have other options. When you have other options to choose from. So why would we play on this? You know. Alright, let's jump into the Stadia. I mean, Destiny. Destiny 2. Yes, you can use a keyboard and a mouse. I think I showed you how to do that. It's really simple. You just use a keyboard and a mouse and it works. Let's go click on the Destiny 2. I think I have somebody here. I think one of my friends might be online. Let me see. Mic check, is it working? Mic check, mic check. You know what it is? It's because I'm connected to Google Stadia, and maybe that's why I'm having this delay of a microphone. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Andre, that could be true too. Andre, of course they're in for money. Of course they're looking for the money. That's what they're after, obviously. But hold on. I'm gonna use a mouse and keyboard this time. I'm gonna use a mouse and keyboard. There's my mouse right here. There it is, so you guys can see it. I'm gonna use my mouse and keyboard. As you can see, there it is, and you can use a mouse and keyboard just like that. No issues. Click on it. Which works better, the controller or the mouse and keyboard? Well, like for a first-person shooter game, you definitely want to use mouse and a keyboard. Let's go here. Let's launch. Exactly. And guys, this is coming from a guy who originally, okay, Deadshot, it's online. Let me invite him to a game. Let me invite him to a game. Shout out to Deadshot. I was the first guy to actually sign up with the OnLive service, and I got the OnLive little, what you call it, little console, so you can stream from the TV. Okay, you were not forced to buy the little console to stream on the TV. That was optional. You could do it from your PC. But I was the first one to sign up with the Steve Perlman's OnLive streaming, and it was a terrible. Honestly, I'll admit it was a terrible experience. Your saves were not saved properly. You were constantly being kicked out of the service. There was always some sort of errors. It never worked. It never worked properly. But they wanted you to pay $60 for a game that you can, like Crysis 2. You want to play Crysis 2? You have to pay $60 on something that's going to give you a 720p. Think about that. I mean, just think about how crazy that was. How crazy that was that they were forcing you to pay $60 for Crysis 2 for a game that you can actually play on your PC with a much better 1080p, 1440p resolution, not 720p. And people spend money on it. People actually did spend money on it, and guess what? They immediately regretted it. I regretted it as well. So streaming's been around for a while, but it's not ready, guys. I'm not saying that eventually, of course, eventually the streaming will happen in the future. In a distant future, it will happen eventually. Just like Netflix took over and destroyed the Blockbuster and all these other rentals. It's gonna happen eventually, but we're not in that time and phase yet. I don't think this is it. I don't think this is the time. We're not there yet. We're not ready for it, guys. And I know others will disagree with me on that, but I don't think we're ready. I don't think we're ready for it, in my opinion. And don't judge this live stream based on what I have, because that's exactly the wrong way. Because what I have, it's pretty expensive versus what someone else is going to have out there. Okay, so of course everything's running smooth because I'm feeding it 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down. So of course the 1080p is like a joke for 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down. All right, we're talking about everyday Joe everyday Mary out there, okay, that's who we're talking about. They're not gonna have this type of experience, okay? And that's the important part to remember. All right, so I'm going to use my mouse. Here we go. Let me use my mouse. Let me click. Let's play with the mouse and keyboard for a little bit, because you guys probably want to know how it runs with the mouse and keyboard. Yeah, I mean, we could do that right now. But the problem is when I exit, it's difficult for me to check that when I'm like, you know. Let me see. Hold on. Nothing. No. Exactly, Steven. Honestly, I don't even know how to do that, to be honest with you, Andre. You know, I'll have to look into it some other time, but right now I just don't know how to do that right now. That's something I got to do in a separate video, because right now I could maybe lose a stream if I do that. So I'll do it possibly on the next separate video. You know, right now, well, I can tell you right now that I'm streaming at right now my up it's 758 megabits per second. Right now, it's 785 megabits per second. That's all it needs right now. And it's encoding it at 24 MPBS bitrate on the video. So the video is getting a high bitrate as well at the same time, you know. No, I get your point. I get your point. But the thing is, they're not giving a high bitrate. I can tell you that this is not a high bitrate. I mean, if you look at the... you see those lines right over here? Let me point out. You see where my cursor is? You see these lines on the cloud? That's because of poor bitrate. The bitrate, it's really poor. It's not that high. You see? Boom. That's it. It's gone. Kaput. Now we're coming back. So you see what you're going to be dealing with. This is the kind of stuff you're going to have to deal with. Why? Because the internet service providers, they're not always going to have a constant, you know, up and down on the internet. All right? They're always going to have variations. You know, it's going to go up to 900, 800, 700 megabits. So there's always going to be different variations, you know. Hold on a second. Let me check this really quick. Let me go ahead and let's get back right into it. By the way, don't forget to ask me any questions on my my Gmail. On my Gmail, you guys can ask me any questions there too. I forgot to mention, it's not just on my PlayStation Network, Xbox. You guys can also contact me on the Gmail, on my Gmail account. Just go ahead and the one that I showed you here, send me questions, requests, stuff like that through my Gmail account as well. Let's go back to the game. But you see what I mean? It's not sharp. On the PC version, this is much sharper. You get a much sharper experience. Here, you're not getting that sharp experience. Yes, it's 60 FPS. Yes, it's fast because I'm using a mouse and keyboard. But it's not a sharp image. And with the internet that I'm outputting right now, I should be able to have full HD 1080p crystal clear bitrate here. But Google, it's not rendering it and not sending it to me from their servers, which they claim that they do, but they don't, obviously. I'm using a mouse and keyboard. Okay, there's a couple of people here. They're just chilling out here. There they are. There's like maybe two people. Two people here. There's another one. There's a third one. Let me see. Is it? So there's 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? I would definitely recommend mouse and keyboard for Destiny 2. I would not recommend using a controller. Honestly, mouse and keyboard will definitely be much better experience, even on your laptop. And that's what I'm using right now, mouse and keyboard. All right, here we go. That's it. As you can see, it works well on the mouse and keyboard. But when it works, it works. But how well is it going to work? Well, that depends on your internet. That's the problem, man. How well is it going to work? It depends on your internet. That's going to be the issue. Okay, let me switch to a controller really quick. Let me switch to a controller. Here we go. Hold on. It's very easy to switch between a keyboard and a controller. That's the one cool thing that you will appreciate about Stadia. It's just how seemingly you can switch between a mouse and keyboard and a controller. "70 megabits per second? No, forget it. You cannot do it, man. 70 Mbps is not gonna cut it, brother. It's not. You know, you just forget it. You cannot do it, man. I'm just gonna save your money right now with 70 Mbps. You cannot do it. I know Google's gonna tell you otherwise because they want you to buy it and spend money. But I'm telling you honestly right now, man. You cannot do it with 70 Mbps, man. It's just not gonna happen. You mean on your Chromecast Ultra? You got your Chromecast Ultra connected to it? Have you tried like doing it through Wi-Fi? Are you using an Ethernet cable or are you doing it through Wi-Fi? Ethernet and Wi-Fi. That's interesting. What's your internet service provider? What's up, Eddie? How you doing, man? Cool, man. I don't know, man. I'll have to test it. Look, I can only talk about my tests. I have a video where I went outside and connected myself to a Wi-Fi hotspot, and you can look at that video, Curly Pants. You can see my video that I did yesterday. I went to a different place, not my home, and I connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot that's 38 to 48 megabits per second, and it was laggy. Every 10-15 seconds it would be a lag. You can check that video, you can look it up, and that's the tests that I was getting, you know, and I can only go by that, you know. But if you can do it, well, that's fine, man, that's awesome. But so far I've tested 38 and 48 through Wi-Fi hotspot, and it just was laggy. It was not good, and I have the video to prove that. And you know, oh, you with the Sky in UK? See, I don't know. United States is different, man. In UK, you guys probably have a better internet coverage, a stable internet coverage. Here in United States, it's never a stable internet coverage because it varies from 48 to 38 to 20 to 10, 15, 18. It always goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And when you have unstable up and down internet, then you're going to lose connection to your host, to your server that's emitting that you know, screen. Yes, you can purchase games. You can purchase a bunch of games, as a matter of fact. They got 22 games. You can purchase, but you got to do it through your app. You have to go through your app. You cannot like jump onto the browser. You have everything that you do, everything that you purchase goes through your Stadia app. So everything goes through your Stadia app. That's like your Mecca home. Everything goes through there. But the prices are ridiculous. $60 for grid game, racing game. $60 for Red Dead Redemption 2. Right now they have NBA 2K on sale for $30. Tomb Raider is like $40. I mean, it's still expensive, man. I mean, you know, $60 is $60. I'm disappointed that they haven't, due to the fact it's Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Google Stadia didn't cut the price on Red Dead Redemption 2, at least at $30. Seriously, Google Stadia, you're not able to cut the price on Red Dead Redemption 2 from 60 to 30. That's disappointing. Oh, so the next Tomb Raider, one of the Tomb Raider games is going to be part of the Pro next month. Okay, so Farming Simulator and Tomb Raider is going to be free. All right, that's cool. Here's my problem, guys. I don't feel, guys. You know me, I'm all about honesty. You know, I'm not about, you know, holding a jersey for anybody. I'm not comfortable paying full price, $60 for a game that it sits on the cloud. I don't feel comfortable leasing $60 for a game. You know what I mean? I don't feel comfortable doing that. I know some of you might have difference of opinion on that, but here's the thing. Here's what I want to say. And here's the question that everybody wants to know. For whom is this? You know, for whom is Google Stadia? Is this for somebody who can't afford a big PC to build a ridiculously expensive PC? First of all, you don't have to build a ridiculously expensive PC to get a 1080p or 1440p experience, okay? You don't have to go all out. All right, that's misleading right there. That's not true. Also, the consoles are not that expensive. You can get a PlayStation 4 Pro for like 350 on a Black Friday. You can get an Xbox One X for like 400 on a Black Friday, or you can buy an Xbox One S for like 250. So, for whom is this? I don't know. Honestly, I really, guys, don't know for whom is this. I don't know. It's such a bizarre thing, because the problem is it's hard for people to jump onto this cloud service thing because the internet's not there, guys. It's not there. We're almost 2020. The internet, it's not there. It's just not there. Okay? If I'm at home, then I'll just buy a console. If I'm going to play games, I'll just buy a console. The idea of cloud gaming, it's for you to be able to take the experience with you anywhere you go, and to be able to play all these games on something that's like maybe 30 megabits per second, something that doesn't require a high stable internet speed. But we're not there yet. The infrastructure is not there yet, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. Sure, in the future, of course, eventually the cloud gaming is going to become a thing. I'm not saying that it's not, but it's not going to happen 2020, guys. It's not going to happen 2020. Yes, but how many people have 5G? I don't have a 5G, and I'm with the AT&T, and I haven't gotten my 5G. It's rolling slowly, but how many people have it? You have to look at it from like majority point of view. Same thing with the 1 gigabit internet speed. How many areas in the United States, in the suburbs of the cities, how many areas have the 1 gigabit up and 1 gigabit down? Okay, you got to look at all these different things in consideration. Because if you want to approach majority and have majority sign up for something, then you got to be realistic about the internet infrastructure. It's not there yet. I'm sure 10 years from now it's going to be super awesome, but we're not there yet. Okay, we're like far away from it, in my opinion. Eddie Ramirez, no, I'm getting it on Friday. Chromecast Ultra, I'm going to get that on Friday. Sometime on Friday, Black Friday. As soon as I get it, I'm going to plug it in and do some 4K HDR tests to see how well the 4K and HDR looks. I'm definitely going to check it out. Well, that's good. I'm glad that it works for you, but remember, it's not about one individual or two or three. It's about majority. So we got to look at it from that point of perspective. Just like, people cannot judge this. Now, people who don't understand how internet works and how the speed works, and if they come in and watch this live stream, they're going to say, well, what's the problem? You don't have any hiccups. Everything works smooth. You're live streaming. You're playing. Everything's great. What's with the complaints? Why are people shitting on this? What's going on? Well, the problem is you don't know what I have. You don't know that I have super high-end internet speed. And not everyone's going to have the same experience like I do. What I'm trying to say here is this. Just because I am having a good experience doesn't mean someone else will have a great experience. Doesn't mean other people will have a great experience. They're going to have to upgrade their internet, okay? And are they going to upgrade their internet because of this service? I don't think so. Why? Because this service currently it's not giving you any kind of value that you can say, okay, there's a bunch of games included for me to play. These are some cool, awesome titles for me to play. I need to sign up with this. You got to give people a reason to jump into a service. If I can't give you a reason to buy something, are you going to buy it just because I told you so? No, you're not going to buy it because I told you so. You got to have a reason to buy something. And that's the problem right now that I'm seeing with Google Stadia. So where does it go from here? Where does the Google Stadia goes from here? I don't know. That's a good question. That will depend on Phil Harrison. That will depend on Google. We'll see what's going to happen next year, because next year you are not going to be forced to purchase Google Stadia Pro controller. It's going to be optional. You'll be able to go ahead and sign up for free. Next year, you'll be able to sign up for free, and you'll be able to play for free. Also, the features. There's tons of features missing right now. The body pass, sharing, achievements. There's a lot of stuff missing here that's still not available. Think of Google Stadia right now as open beta. I think the best way for me to... hold on, I got another friend request. The best way for me to... There you go, shout out to DMNZ80. The best way for me to explain Google Stadia, it's like open beta. It's exactly what the Hot Take. I don't know if you guys watch this new YouTube channel. Go check them out. They're like GameSpot or IGN, but just more independent. They're called Hot Take, kind of similar to Inside Gaming. It's called a Hot Take, and there's two dudes. They're talking about the gaming news, and they reviewed Google Stadia on lunch, and they said it feels more like open beta experience than a full-fledged service. And I have to agree on that. It feels like a open beta service than a full-fledged service for something that you have to pay. And I have to agree on that. Now, there's a lot of stuff missing. Okay, we need the achievements. We need the ability to be able to share the games. I jump into your game, you jump into my game, we share each other's games. I want that feature. I want to be able to play your game, and you can play my game, and we become friends, and we start a private lobby. We start our own clan, private clan, where we can play against each other's. I want these features. And I think if they implement these features, if they put all of these features and make it look like a more social, engaged experience, I think they might have something going on. But those features are not there yet, and but we'll see. Look, here's what I want to say. Google Stadia has opportunity to turn things around. They have opportunity next year, 2020, to change things around. Are they going to do that? I don't know. I don't work for Google. I don't work for Phil Harrison. I don't know what their game plan is and what they're going to do. I can only tell you what my experience is right now with Google Stadia. And that's what this whole thing is about. So, you press Shift and Tab, and it looks like an Xbox. Honestly, it's like a ripoff of Xbox. It really looks like an Xbox user interface. When you click on the Xbox right here, when you click on the Xbox icon, you press on it, it has like a same Xbox user interface feel to it. And that's okay. I have nothing against it. That's fine. If you want to make it look like Xbox Live, that's cool. I'm okay with that. I don't mind. But that's what it looks like. You can check your connection. It's solid. Go play. It tells me it's good. data usage, best visuals, pro. Then you got your controller. They do support Xbox controller. I haven't tried a Bluetooth PlayStation 4 Pro. I haven't tried the Bluetooth Nintendo Pro. But I don't think the Bluetooth's going to work that well, guys. You got to remember, you are already streaming something from the cloud that requires an internet. And on top of that, you are putting another stress onto your controller, a Bluetooth, which will add even more latency. For the love of God, don't use the Bluetooth controller. Use the wired Xbox controller. Don't use the Bluetooth controller, okay? Same thing goes for the xCloud. Don't use a Bluetooth controller, all right? Use a wired controller. Or use their Wi-Fi, their Google Stadia Wi-Fi controller. You can use there because there is directly connected to the servers. So you're going to have a much better response. And then you got the starting party. You can start a party chat with whoever here you want to, if you want to. I play on Xbox and PlayStation. Mine's Edo79. It's EDO79. Just look for me, EDO79, which is Edo79, and that's it. Oh, there's Deadshot. There he is, man. He's right here. What's up, Deadshot? How you doing? We're live streaming this right now. Yes, we are. Let me see. I don't know if I can hear him. Can I? So right now, Deadshot, I don't have my. I'm streaming from a different PC. I'm live streaming right now, so I won't be able to talk to you. But if you're watching this on a live stream, you're gonna see that I'm actually live streaming this. I don't know if he knows that I'm live streaming, but anyway. So that's Deadshot. He's one of my subscribers, and he's got Red Dead Redemption 2. I also got a request from Docsmith. All right, so that's cool. All right, so it looks like I'm getting a bunch of friend requests now. That's awesome. All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's check it out. Docsmith. All right, let's add you in, sir. Add you as a friend. Let's do it. You see, I'm helping Google Stadia, even though I'm kind of being negative, but at the same time, I'm helping them. And I really hope that they look at this live stream as not as me mocking it or trying to be negative. I hope that they look at this live stream as a point of view from somebody who's a consumer and who's speaking on behalf of other consumers and giving some input, feedback. Think of this like a feedback live stream. I'm trying to give a feedback. And that's what I want people to take away from this live stream as a feedback. Now, it's not as me mocking or being negative or trying to crap all over it. It's just me trying to be unbiased with a feedback. I want to give you a feedback. Uh-oh, here we go. All right, that shot. Let me take care of him. Hold on. Where did he go? Oh, you already got him. So this is a multiplayer. Listen, people ask me, what about the multiplayer? You are always playing a multiplayer. You're always online. Okay, so that's the one positive thing about Google Stadia is you're always online. You're always in the multiplayer mode. You are never as in the single player mode because everything is on a cloud, and cloud means internet. So you're always in the multiplayer, no matter which game you're playing. Someone asked me yesterday, have I approached other YouTubers. There's other YouTubers who are dedicated for Stadia, for Google Stadia. I know there was one channel that was recommended to me called the Stadia Cast. I'll have to check it out. There's a guy who does a lot of related Google Stadia stuff. I might have to check it out. I don't know. And yes, Phil Harrison did like my tweet. He did favor it, and he did liked it. But I really hope, Phil, if you're watching this, Phil Harrison, what I'm trying to do here, sir, is really try to give people a feedback. I'm not trying to make comedy or to mock, you guys and your team. What I'm trying to do here, and if you're watching this, sir, or if you're watching it pre-recorded, that's going to be put on the demand. I'm trying to give people a feedback, and also give you guys a feedback on what you should do next. I think what you should do next, bring those other features like buddy share, sharing games. How about this, Phil Harrison? Here's the best feature you can make for Google Stadia. Allow people to be able to share each other games. Imagine if I'm able to share Red Dead Redemption 2 with my friend and we play together. And then I share my games with him, and he shares his games with me, and we both play together. I think that's the greatest idea that you can do. And this is easy to do. I would do game sharing. How cool is that? If he doesn't want to play that game and he's tired, he lets me continue on playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Or if I'm tired playing a game called Grid, racing game, I give my controller and allow him to play my game while I can relax. There's other features you guys can put into. Also, $10 a month pro service should give us, the gamers, more games free. I know the service just started, but I would love to see a bunch of games available with the $10 a month. How about a 30 to start? Now, how about this? A New Year resolution. A New Year resolution for Google Stadia should be 30 games to kick off 2020. I think that's a pretty good start. If you can put 30 good games, like 30 good games, and in each month you add 4 more games. I think those are the steps that are kind of necessary for Google Stadia to evolve. I'm just throwing some feedback out there. Obviously, I don't know if you're going to listen to me or if you're going to even take this in consideration, but this is a feedback. From a consumer to the company, a feedback I'm giving. I know in 2014 they did. And they're great. Here's the thing, man. They're great friends. Phil Spencer and Phil Harrison, they're like great friends. And I hope that he maybe has a conversation with Phil Spencer, because Phil Spencer will probably give him some good feedback and some good advice. If anybody's going to give you a great advice, it's going to be Phil Spencer. So hopefully, maybe you're going to listen to Phil Spencer, sit down and talk to Phil Spencer, and take an advice from Phil Spencer. I would definitely heed that advice from Phil Spencer. That's my honest opinion. Anyway. But I don't know, Steve. I feel... Steve, I feel the same way, bro. I feel like it's kind of too late. But I still have hope. Listen, I believe in second chances. Guys, I'm one of those guys that doesn't live a pessimistic life. Saw this and he probably says, shut him down. No. All right, we'll be back, guys. We'll be back. All right, we're back. We're back. Okay, guys, we're back. It must have been Phil Harrison. Okay, Phil Harrison probably saw this on his Twitter. It's like, how dare you? First you like how it runs, and now you don't like. It's like he probably got upset. Sorry, Phil Harrison. I don't mean to upset you, sir. Okay, my apologies. My apologies, sir. I mean, listen, honestly, guys. I like, guys. I want companies to succeed. It's like Joe Rogan says. I want competition. I want Google Stadia to succeed. I want Xbox to succeed. I want these companies to succeed. Okay? But the only way you do that, is by listening to the feedback of your customers. Listening to the feedback. Very important to listen to your feedback and not some algorithm that's sitting on a big computer in north of San Francisco. You know, it's not about you listening to some algorithm. It's about you listening to the feedback like this. Feedback from somebody who's a consumer, feedback from my subscribers, feedback from other people. And taking that consideration, take that feedback in consideration, and then you make a different strategy and you push forward. I mean, I don't know why is this like a difficult thing to do. I mean, I wish that I was a CEO. Guys, if I was a CEO, you guys would love me every day, because I would listen to your feedback. I would try to give you what you need, and I would bring you only the best that you deserve, because you deserve the best. You're paying money for it. You should have the best. That's my motto. You should have the best. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and let me see what happened. I think Phil Harrison has shut me down. It's like, that's it. You're done, man. You're done. And that's it. I will not allow this, sir. How dare you? Hold on. Oh, we're back. We're back. Okay, Phil Harrison has forgiven me. Sir, thank you. I appreciate your forgiveness. It's a holiday season. Thank you, sir, for letting me come back. Much appreciated. All right, let's go back to the game. But here's a good thing. Let's talk about some positives. If you lose internet connection and you forgot to save the game, don't worry. The cloud server will remember your last point of where you were in the game. So right now, when I go back to the game, it's going to remember exactly where I was. Check this out. Check this out. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. And it knows exactly where I was. That's pretty cool. There's that shot. I came back. So there's some positives, okay? You know, we got to be fair. You know, when you are reviewing something, when you are testing something, you gotta look at both positives and negative. Remember, transparency. Transparency should be there with the televisions, should be there with every service. Honest transparency, both good, bad, ugly, and terrible. But all of the above needs to be examined unbiased. All right, let's go. That shot. Are you there? Hold on. Let's see if that shot is there. Is he there? I don't know. All right, so that shot. Are you? Let me see. All right, you're playing. You're there. You're there. Sorry, but I'm not able to talk to you because I'm live streaming this to another computer, so I cannot hear you. Sorry about that, brother. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. But remember something, guys. I'm live streaming something from their servers, and I'm also streaming it onto the YouTube servers for my computer. So, okay, so I'm doing multitasking, two things at the same time. 100 games coming to Stadia. Okay, so Ubisoft. Hold on a second. Let me see something. Let me see how many games are coming to Stadia. Just give me a second, guys. Stadia Games 2019, 2020. Hold on. Stadia Games 2020. Let me see. Ooh. Wow. Cyberpunk is coming to Stadia. How about that? Cyberpunk. Wait a minute. Cyberpunk is coming to Stadia. That's pretty awesome. Doom Eternal is coming to Stadia. All of the Ubisoft games are coming to Stadia, including Ghost Recon, Breakpoint, including Borderlands 3. So they got some pretty cool games coming out. And there's a rumor. I heard a rumor. Electronic Arts, it's thinking about maybe, just maybe, bringing their games. So like games like Madden, FIFA. That's pretty cool. So they got some pretty cool stuff coming out, man. I'm just looking at it right now, man. That's all right. Okay. This is from The Verge. TheVerge.com, and this is what the initial projected game lineup is. Now remember, developers can always change their mind. They can always break the license contract fee. They can break that and pay it and pull out the games. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think so. But the lineup's pretty good so far, man. Hold on a second. Sorry about this. I'm just looking at the lineup. Sorry about that dead shot. Did I... hold on. I forgot to add him as a friend, man. Flava Phase. All right, Flava. You're now part of the Stadia Upscaler, man. Stadia Upscaler's here. We're boosting up the Google Stadia. Mr. 4K. I'm gonna go down in history. The one man, the one solution that saved Google Stadia was Mr. 4K. It was Mr. Upscaler Stadia. Upscaler Stadia saved the Stadia. Upscaler Stadia. No, hold on. Let's do it like this. One man, one solution saved Google Stadia to stay. His name was a hero, a legend. Stadia Upscaler. Yes. All right. So there's a bunch of games coming out, guys. So that's awesome, dude. That's pretty awesome, man. See, here you are, dude. Destiny 2. This is cool, bro. How cool is this? But you know what? Jensen, pretty soon we're going to be able... Pretty soon we'll be able next year to share each other's game. I'll be able to play your game. You'll be able to play my game. How cool is that? So before I purchase a game, I can check it out on your server. That's going to be cool. Oh my God, am I turning into a Google Stadia hero? This is going on. That's all right, man. Hey, listen, guys, it's always a good idea. If you are a YouTuber, listen to me. Think smart. Be a good businessman. If you are going to be on a YouTube, it's really important to have a great relationship with Google. This is the only way you'll be able to prosper on the YouTube platform, by having a good relationship with Google. All right, let's go. Let's do it, man. Let's kick some ass. Let's go. There's my controller. It's the Xbox controller. There it is, guys. Let's do this, man. We're trying to help Google Stadia. I want to be a Google Stadia hero. We're going to make some sales over here, man. We're going to get this going. That's it. Oh, there's a loot box over here. Yeah, I mean, look, you gotta keep your friends closer and your enemy closer into your bed. You gotta have a good relationship with Google, man. Okay? It's important to have a great relationship with Phil Harrison, to have a great relationship with CEO of YouTube, and overall to have a great relationship with Silicon Valley. That's the only way. That is the only way. Remember, like a Mandalorian, that's the only way. That's the way. There's no other way. You have to be in a good relationship with Google. And that's what I'm trying to do, man. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to help Google. We're going to get through this. This is just the beginning. We'll get through it. And I want to be remembered as a Google Stadia hero, Stadia upscaler. I want to be remembered as a hero that saved the Google Stadia. That's who I want to be remembered. And that's where I'm going to be. That's right. Tell him, Jensen. I still have my snake voice. Maybe, just maybe, I can bring Konami. Maybe I can save Konami and talk to Konami and have Konami bring an exclusive Metal Gear game with Kojima and make things turn around. Have Kojima. Can I ride with you? Hold on. I want to ride with you, man. And have Kojima make another Metal Gear exclusively for the Stadia. Hold on, I can't. I don't have a vehicle. I need a vehicle. I got a bazooka. Hold on. Here, hold on. I will destroy you, Otacon. I'm coming for you, Otacon. How dare you? Here we go. Oh shit! You're like the Iron Man. You were the Iron Man. I never knew. Look, there's the AMD. Hold on. There's AMD over here. Let's go check it out. No, I'm stuck. What's going on? This is cool, bro. This is awesome. Yes, guys, this is the Xbox controller. I'm not joking. The Xbox controller. There it is, man. Yep, pretty much. All right. All right, so it looks like I made a good friends with Phil Harrison. Phil Harrison liked my tweet. He favored my tweet, so that's good, man. Good relationship that's going to start with this channel and Google Stadia and Google itself. I'm very happy about that. Look, I just lost a bunch of people. Bunch of people are leaving. You shill. You traitor. You traitor. How dare you? How dare you, you shill. You flip-flop shill. You flip-flop scaler. How dare you? How dare you? Let's go over here. Let's move forward. Look, we gotta revive this. Oh, look. I'm a Google Stadia hero. You guys need to listen to me. I'm a big boss. I'm a big Stadia boss. You need to listen to me. All right? I'm gonna follow you guys. A big boss doesn't need a vehicle. A big boss crawls in the dust. I think they can change it if they improve their servers not to require a high megabits per second. If they can bring us the experience where I can enjoy experience like this with a Wi-Fi hotspot for only 38 megabits per second, if they can do that, if they can figure out the way to scale these games and communicate with their servers with only 38 megabits per second, I think they got something cool going on. If they can do that. And I think their technicians and their wizards at Google and not Napa Valley, the north of San Francisco, Silicon Valley, if they can do that, then that's pretty awesome. And I think they can do it because they have resources. Listen, man, the Google, they have resources. If anyone has the resources, it is Google. They have the resources to do this, okay? And they should be able to do it. If anybody can do it, it's them. It's Google. It's Silicon Valley. If anybody can do it, it is them. And I want to give them a benefit of a doubt. I want to give them a benefit of a doubt that they can do it. But we'll see. We'll see. My speed at home, Flavor Z, it's 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down. But it doesn't always stay 1 gigabit up. My download speed currently it's 670, and my upload speed, check this out. This is a weird part. My upload speed it's 780. So my download it's 6, my upload it's 700. So 600 download and 700 upload. That's strange. That is strange. So my download speed it's not that great, but my upload speed is great. That's strange. But it doesn't always stay like that, Flavor. Sometimes it goes up to 900 and stays at the 900 on both up and down. But that happens after 10 o'clock. Like at night, around 10 o'clock, it stays at 900. Like constant 900. Okay? Yeah, it is, but that's why I'm paying $300 a month. Yeah, to the business Comcast and all that. Yeah, man, no data cap. Yeah, man, it costs me a lot of money, but that's why I do this thing, YouTube, yeah. It's expensive. Listen, it's expensive, guys. And I have to rent a DOCSIS 3.1 specific modem to utilize that speed, you know. And I also live not far from the box. There's a box that has this ability to produce such a high speed internet, or 1 gigabit and up. I could have gone to the 3 gigabit, but that'd be too much. They do have option of 3 gigabit per second, but I was like, nah, man, then I might as well lease Cybertruck from Tesla, you know. But I have that ability because even right now, look, right now I'm streaming to YouTube 1440p at the same time streaming Google Stadia to you guys simultaneously, back to back. This is on Wi-Fi. On Wi-Fi, 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. I'm not even using the Ethernet. If I was using Ethernet, 4K easily. I'm using a Wi-Fi. 5 gigahertz Linksys 3000 Wi-Fi router. Well, you know, I try to make it fun. I do put on a character. I do entertain. I believe in entertainment. I believe I should do honest, informative, factual information, videos about televisions, about gadgets, about equipment. But at the same time, I also do these live streams to have fun, to do different voiceovers like Arnold to get the job over here, to do Arnold, to do Snake, Colonel, you know, to have fun, you know, to make it entertaining. Because if it's not entertaining, then you guys are going to fall asleep. You guys will be like, this is the kind of bullshit that's over here. You need to stick around. What you doing over here? Come on. What you doing over here? Did I told you to drop the cookie? Drop the cookie, give me all your money now. Do it. Why you should do it? Because I'm the Terminator. And before I was the Terminator, I was the Governator. Before I was the Governator, I was the Mr. Olympia. And now I'm a Schnizzlinator. With a failed movie called the Terminator Dark Fate. The movie called the Terminator, the Stadia Fate. The Terminator Stadia Fate. Do you know why the movie didn't do so well? It didn't do so well because I'm old. I'm an old geezer now. I'm an old Schnizzlinator. I have the beard. I said to Jim Cameron, what the kind of Terminator is going to have the beard? What kind of Terminator is going to be this old with the gray hair? What kind of the nonsense is this over here? This is the stupidest thing ever. The Terminator Judgment Day is the best movie ever. And I'm too old to be the Terminator. You need to find another Terminator, CGI Terminator, that look like me. But they're never going to be like me, because it's a CGI Terminator. Stuff like that, man. I want to entertain you. You know. Hey, but you know, you're still able to play it. You're still able to play it. You know. The reason I have this internet speed, guys, it's because, not because of Stadia. The reason I have this internet speed is because I do a lot of live streams. I upload a lot of videos in 4K and HDR, and I stream in 4K and 1440p. So for me, I need to have that stable connection. I rely on that stable connection, okay? And that's why. And if I wasn't doing this, I would not pay what I'm paying for the internet right now. It's just not gonna happen, you know. Where did they go? Come on, I'm at the Stadia over here. I'm the Terminator Stadia. No, I'm the Judgment Day of the Stadia. Judgment Stadia, the upscaler. Where did you go? Come on. What are you over here? Be right behind me over here. Come on. Let's go find Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor's around here somewhere. Come on. Maybe I'll find some Schnisselnaders around here. What does it say over here? What does it say? The Terminator sucks. That is a bullshit. The Terminator does not suck. It's a fantastic movie. How dare you? Come on. John Connor. You my protector now. You need to protect me. And what's with the Dylan? The Dylan's in the Star Wars now. There's such a bullshit over there. I should be in the Star Wars. Not Dylan. How dare you, Dylan? I live in the United States. Comcast Xfinity is expensive, man. Especially Comcast Business. They're expensive, man. Here in the United States, man, it's expensive. If you want to have fixed payments, like fixed payments, and no data cap, you got to pay arm and leg. I just so happen to live in the area next to the box where the Xfinity digged up the cable to have the ability to do that. Not everyone can have this type of a service. Some houses you have to actually get a permission from your neighborhood and your city to dig and lay out the cables so you can have 1 gigabit, 3 gigabit speed. Not everyone can have this service. And that was my whole point I was trying to bring about, is that not everyone's going to be able to have, not that you need what I have, not that you need to pay this much, but if you're going to do YouTube, if you're going to do some internet business, you're going to need something like this for sure. Come on, get to the chopper. Where's the chopper over here? This is a bullshit over here. Come on. We should be playing the Red Dead Redemption over there. I'm waiting for the Red Dead Redemption to go out on a sale. I want to pay like $30 for it, the $3 for it. I don't want to pay the $60 for this thing here. I want to Phil Harrison to give me the game for free. Come on. Oh man, I gotta move to Sweden, man. You know, I gotta move to Sweden, bro. I have a friend. His name Dimitrios, Dimi. He's originally from Greece, but he lives in Sweden, and he loves it out there, man. It's beautiful. I would love to move to Sweden, man. You know, really, man, I really want to move to Sweden. I'm not kidding, man. I want to move either Sweden or Denmark, but Sweden, yeah. Denmark's cool, too. I like Denmark, Copenhagen, but definitely Sweden, man. For sure. For sure, man. I mean, I'm from Europe originally, so, you know. I mean, yeah, definitely should think about that. For sure. One of my Swedish actors, it's the guy who is like in every movie you can think of. He's in, God, man, he's in every movie. And his name, it's, God, what was his name? He was like in John Wick 2. He was in Fargo. He was in 8 millimeter. He was like in every freaking movie you can think of. Minority Report. Me, Jesus, man, this guy was worked with every director, every movie ever made. The guy's a damn legend. It's like a legend. Somebody gives him an Oscar. Someone give him an Oscar, man. What's his name? Oh, God, why can't I remember his name? Jesus. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. This is a predator. Look how big this predator over here is. This is a fantastic predator. Come on, Dylan. Stop screwing around. Ah! Yeah, Pete Stomare. Pete Stomare. Yeah, the guy's a legend, man. And those commercials that he did for Call of Duty are the best. Those commercials he did for Call of Duty were the best, man. For Black Ops and Call of Duty were best. You know what? If anyone should do a commercial for Google Stadia, it's Pete Stomare. Pete Stomare. Seriously, man, Peter Stomare. They need to. He needs to be in a Google Stadia commercial, for sure. He's the best. I mean, I love that actor, man. I would love to sit down with him, have a chat. Man, such a cool dude, bro. You know what? He's one of my favorite actors. That's it. I don't give a shit. He's one of my favorite. Forget everybody else. He's one of my favorite actors. That's it, man. That's it, bro. That's it. When I think about all the movies he's done, yeah, he's my favorite actor. Pure entertainment, man. Pure entertainment. Oh! He was also in a video game. Flava. He was also in a video game. PlayStation 4. Until Dawn. He played a psychiatrist. Remember? In the game called Until Dawn. That horror game, Until Dawn. He was in that video game. I think he was. I like when he tells the, who is it? He says to one of his right man mobsters, Russian mobsters, he says, he killed a man with a pencil. Who do that? Who kills the man with the pencil? I love that shit, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, you gotta play Until Dawn, man. He's freaking awesome in Until Dawn. You want to see Pete Stomare in the video game? Until Dawn. Go play it right now, man. Until Dawn. Go play it. Amazing game, dude. A lot of fun. Highly recommended. Where do we go from here? Artyom, where do we go? What are we supposed to do here? Artyom. We're in Metro Exodus. This is not the Metro Exodus. This is a moon. Why we're on the moon? Did we land first on the moon? Thank you, man. Thank you, Superman. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys. That's what I try to do, man. Try to make it entertaining. And at the same time, I try to be informative, I mean, some people call me a flip-flop and this, and that. Look, man, things change, We all have a difference of opinion. Doesn't mean the way I feel about something yesterday or the way I felt about something last year is going to stay this year. People have, tendency to change their minds, So, but hey, whatever. What are we doing here? Artyom. Where? Where is the Big Daddy? Where is the Big Daddy? From Cincinnati. Where is the Big Daddy from Cincinnati? All right, let's do this. There he is. There we go. Oh, I see him. I see him. I see the bastard. The Terminator. I mean, the Predator. It's over here. Got him. I did it for you, Dylan. I did it for you. You left me, Dylan. You went to Mandalorian. You went to the Disney. You went to the Star Wars. How dare you? How dare you? You choose little baby Yoda over me. How dare you? How dare you? Sometimes I play on the Steam. Sometimes I play on a PlayStation 4. My favorite horror games. That's a good question. Silent Hill. I would say Silent Hill for sure. Silent Hill 1 was definitely the scariest experience I have ever I've been through. Resident Evil wasn't really that scary. Resident Evil was a great action horror adventure, but I wouldn't say it's scary. Like Silent Hill was scary. The first Silent Hill was very unique because I played a scary game like that before. With the sound and everything, the atmosphere, it was truly a unique experience back in 1999 on PlayStation 1, Sony console system. To me, that was a truly unique experience. So for me, playing Silent Hill was really scary, and I'm glad that Hideo Kojima wants to pursue something that Kojima wants to pursue a true sequel to Silent Hill. He's gonna give us the best Silent Hill game ever created. Obviously, it's not gonna be called Silent Hill, but it's gonna have all those elements. And can't wait to see what Hideo Kojima is gonna do with his horror game. He's gonna work on a horror game. He's done with the Death Stranding. Death Stranding, it's a game in its own merit. He's gonna move on with a horror game. A horror game. Is there a possibility there might be a sequel for Death Stranding? Maybe in the future, possibly. But I think he's gonna focus on his next project, and that project is gonna be horror. Like, he wants to create a horror game that when you go take a shower, you'll have those images in your head. When you go outside, when you're in the elevator, riding the elevator, you'll have those images in your head. He's going to create a horror game that's going to really psychologically make you shit your pants anywhere you go. And I think Kojima will achieve that. I think. Iron Banner. I know, I'll have to do that later on. Let me go inside. I want to go inside the tunnel. See what's inside the tunnel. I want to go here. I want to find the Predator. The Predator. There's nothing in this tunnel. This is crazy over here. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Hold on. Where's my friend? Hold on. Where's Deadshot? Where did he go? Oh, is he over there? Here we go. Let's do this. Come on, you bastards. Hold on. Did I get him? Yeah. Awesome. Where did everybody go? Where did they go? What in the hell? Alright, let's move on. Move on. Let's do this. Come on. Get to this chopper. This is the chopper. It's a chopper. I'm scanning the chopper. Alright, transmission's up and running. Good to go. Let me see how many friends. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 friends. Shout out to Flavor. Shout out to Deadshot. Johnny Live, Doc Smith, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 people so far. I made 5 friends, which is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. I like that. It's pretty cool. Let's do this. Yeah. Come on. Ah, I'm dead. I'm not gonna use the Titan. I'm not a fan of a Titan anymore. Hold on. I'll get you, you bastard. You bastard predator. How dare you? How dare you? Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see it. There we go. Did we kill him? Yes, we did. Oh, I'm sorry about the... I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Come on. I kick ass. There. This is fantastic. Oh, here they come. Here they come. God damn it. Come on. You bastards. You bastards. How dare you. Hold on. I need to revive somebody here. Oh. I was going to revive you, but you're too far. You were too far for me to revive you. I don't know. I think probably Latin America, Asia, possibly Japan. I think Asia, Europe, Asia, Latin America. You know, that's what I'm. Canada, obviously. That's what I'm guessing. Come on, this bastard's over here. I got him. Come on, put the transmission over there. I'm sending a transmission. Come on, the transmission's here. I'm here. I'm sending a goddamn transmission now. To the Dylan. Dylan, send the chopper, you bastard. Send the chopper now. Or there will be nobody left alive to be playing on the Google Stadia. Come on. Hurry up. Send the chopper. I'm waiting for the goddamn chopper now to arrive over here. Come on. Come on. Oh, Canada's already available? That's pretty cool. So North America, what about Mexico? Is Mexico available? Come on, Dylan, call the chopper. I need a chopper now. There will be nobody left alive here on the studio. On the Stadia. Come on, Dylan. Ah! Come on, get to the chopper. Hold on. Come on, Dylan, you bastard. Forget the Mandalorian. Come over here. We need a chopper. We need the Stadia chopper. The Stadia chopper. Okay, we might be able to get to the Stadia chopper from Dylan. Dylan finally woke up. We're not expendables anymore. We're not expendables anymore. Dylan has woken up. Damn you, Dylan. Come on, hurry. Bunch of predators around here on Stadia. Come on. Let's go. Ah! You bastard! You an ugly motherfucker! Ah! Come on! Screw you! Stick around, you bastard! Ah! Alright, come on. Let's go. The bastard. Come on. Here. I'm coming back over here. Come on. Alright, so let's regroup. Stadia. Yes, sir. Back to the game. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. This is it. We did it. You need to add me to the Stadia. Add me to the Stadia now. Sir Killa. Sir Killa, you need to add me to the Stadia now. I just spoke to Dylan. He said, you're the Mandalorian. You need to go ahead and add me to the Stadia. Belgium, it's available. That's pretty cool. That's cool, man. That's awesome. There's a lot of countries that's available. I'm kind of happy about that. You bastard, you Dylan. You were never that smart. You left me over here. The Jim Hopper men were not eaten. They were skinned alive and then they were eaten. How dare you? Oh my God. All right, so it's been about 2 hours and 20 minutes. And as you can see, look, when it works, guys. When it works, it works. So the experience is like, it depends on your internet. Okay, it depends on how many people are using your internet. There's so many factors to consider. Here's what I want to say in closing on this live stream. And this is my first live stream. Of course, I'll do many other live streams. And I'm also going to do 4K HDR Chromecast Ultra test as well. Here's what I want to say about Google Stadia. Yes, it does have its problems. Yes, it has its issues. And it was definitely not cool that the Google was misleading the customers. They should have been more honest about the whole Google Stadia thing. But I still believe that we should give Google Stadia a second chance. I think there's something here that can be developed and it can evolve into like a really great social experience. Both live streaming and playing. I think Google Stadia could turn into like Death Stranding, like a chiral network. It could turn into that. It could turn into a social experience, gaming social experience. But there's a lot of stuff they need to fix. Obviously, the pricing on the gaming needs to be reduced. More games needs to be available on the Google Stadia Pro. The option of buying a controller versus not buying it should be optional. There's a lot of things they can do different here. Sharing the games. I get to play your games. You get to play my game. Sharing, live streaming, stuff like that. I can see a lot of potential here. I can see a lot of things happening here in the future with Google Stadia. But it will take time, guys. Okay, it will take time. Maybe the best thing to do is to wait and wait till spring of 2020. And I think by spring of 2020, we'll know exactly where Stadia is at that point. Okay, so that's all I want to say. That's really what I want to say here. And this is really me giving feedback. It's not about me knocking on Google Stadia, even though it says what a mess. But let's be honest, it is a mess right now at this stage. It is a mess, and the launch has been a mess. That's a fact, okay? But I believe there's room for the improvement. I believe we can have a much better experience here if they will listen to our feedback. If Google will listen to our feedback, if Phil Harrison, if he's watching, if he's going to listen to our feedback, I think we'll have a much, much better experience, okay? And that's pretty cool. That's awesome, okay? So, and that's really my take on this. Obviously, I'll do some more tests. I'll test other games. I'll test the Chromecast Ultra. I'll test the Wi-Fi controller. I'll test the 4K and HDR and how that works with wired Ethernet versus Wi-Fi, stuff like that. I think there's a potential here. there is a potential for Google Stadia to become something. But it will depend entirely on Google and Phil Harrison and his team on which strategy they will approach next. Are they going to go with a greedy strategy, which I don't advise them to do? No one ever became a successful company with a greedy strategy. I think they should listen to feedback like mine, who's unbiased, independent. Listen to people's feedback. Listen to their feedback. These are the individuals who paid for the Founders Edition, who pre-ordered it, who paid for the Premium Edition. We are the first adopters. If you're going to listen to somebody, you should listen to the feedback of the first adopters, like me and others who adapted to this service and are backing this service. You should listen to their feedback. And I think if you do listen to our feedback, I think you will see your company go from a terrible launch to something that everybody's playing. It's not impossible. I believe anything is possible, but you're going to have to listen to our feedback and listen to what we're telling you. And if you do that, I think you have a pretty good chance of succeeding. So I'll just leave it like that. And thank you guys for watching this live stream, 2.5 hours. And appreciate it. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you on Black Friday. I'm going to be busy Wednesday and Thursday. It's a Thanksgiving holiday. But on Black Friday, I'll do the unboxing of Google Stadia. I'm going to do a bunch of tests on the controller, the Chromecast Ultra. Does it overheat? How's the 4K and HDR with Ethernet cable connected versus a Wi-Fi? So we'll do a bunch of tests. We'll do that on Black Friday. So stay tuned for Stadia, Google Stadia Black Friday. We'll do a bunch of tests on there, and I'll see you on Friday. And thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope this was informative, and I hope that it gives you some information, some insight on how I feel about Google Stadia so far. Guys, always a pleasure. Jensen, thank you for joining me on that game. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Flava, thank you for joining me and adding me. Don't forget, I'm on Google Stadia. I'm under Upscaler Stadia. I'm a Stadia Upscaler. What's my name? Jesus, I forgot my name. I'm a Stadia Upscaler. This is who I am right here. You can also message me on this email, Gmail right here. You can message me, ask me any questions, ask me any requests, be in touch with me, stay in touch with me. And also, if you're on a Stadia, this is who I am. Go ahead and add me. That's it. So far, there's only one Stadia Upscaler that I know, and that's me. All right, so thank you guys. Always a pleasure. Have a good one. Happy holidays if you're in North America. Happy Thanksgiving. Please drive safe. Be careful out there on the road. Forget your cell phone. Cell phone can wait. Your life cannot wait. You only have one life. The hell with your phone call. When you finally get to your destination, then whoever was calling you, you can call him back. So stay safe out there, and drive carefully and stay positive, okay? Wish you guys all a happy, healthy, safe Thanksgiving and prosper holiday. Here for those of us who live in North America. All right? Thank you guys. Have a good one. Be good and stay positive.